To register as a vendor with Zong CM Park, visit zong.com.pk/procurement. Click on the New Vendor Registration link and then on Start Registration. Before commencing your registration process, you are required to compile all necessary documentation. Once you have compiled all the necessary documents, click on the Next button. You will be presented with the supplier's code of conduct. Here, if you agree with the terms, print the code of conduct so it can be attached in the 4th section, and then click on the Accept button. To complete the registration process, you have to complete the Basic Information section, Company Details section, Additional Information section, and the Attachment section. All entered information has to be in line with the documents that you attach in the Attachment section. Let's start with the Basic Information section. Let's say your company name is Pakistan Associates. The country in which you're paying taxes is Pakistan. Then you will be asked to insert the NTN number, which is the National Tax Number. If you're a Pakistani company, then you have to insert the tax number strictly in this format. If you're an international company, then you will insert the tax registration number as per your tax documents. Then you have to insert your GST number and after that the CNIC number. Again, strictly in this format. Then you have to insert the email address. Please note that the email address that you will insert in this section will be useful for your entire registration process, because when you will press the Save for Later button, all notifications will be sent to this email address. Then you will be required to insert the first name, last name, your phone number, and if you have any phone extensions. Then press the Next button. This is the Company Details section. Here you can see that you have the Save for Later button, Back button, and the Next button. The Back button can be used if you want to go back to the previous section. Let's say if you want to go to the Basic Information section, you have to press the Back button. It is strongly advised not to press the Browser Back button because this would lead to errors. If you want to go to the next section, click on the Next button. The Save for Later button is very important, since whenever you press this button, an email is sent to the email address that you entered in the Basic Information section. Whenever there is an error and you cannot continue your registration process, you can always continue your registration by following the link sent to your email address every time you press the Save for Later button. Let's continue with the Company Details section. First, you have to enter the address of your registered office. First, enter the name of your city where your office is situated, then the name of your country where the office is situated, and then the exact business address. Another mandatory field is that of city, town, and locality. If it applies to your country, then you have to enter the country details and the state region details as well. In case of Pakistan, you just have to fill in the province and the postal code details. After that, you have to enter the phone number of your registered business office. Then click on Purchasing Address and Payment Address, and then click Apply. You have entered the address, and now it is time to move to the contact directory. Click Create. Enter the contact title, the first name, then the last name, CNIC number, job title, department, email address, phone number details, and then click on Create User Account. Please note that this email address will be used by Zong CM Park for sending you future notifications. Lastly, click Apply. Now it's time for you to select the business classification. The business classification is basically the legal structure of your business. Your business can be structured as a partnership, as a company limited by shares, or it can be simply a sole proprietorship being run by an individual. Whatever the correct business classification, you have to select that from the list. Once that is done, you have to enter the certificate number, if any. Then you have to enter the name of the certifying agency. After that, you have to click on Create to enter the products and services of your business. For example, you are a telecom operator selling telecom equipment. Then you can select telecom equipment from the list and click Apply. This will be added to the list of products and services your company offers. To enter more products and services, you can click Create. Let's say if you are a vendor dealing with spares, but you want to select a subcategory of spares, then click on Subcategory and select the relevant subcategory from the list. And then click Apply. This will be added to the list of products and services that your company offers. You can add as many products and services as you wish. Another way of entering products and services is that you click on the Create button and click on Search for a specific code and product. Here, in the description section, you can enter the name of the product or service so that you can search it from the list of products and services available. For example, you are a vendor dealing with civil works. Then you have to enter the percentage sign and then write Civil, and then enter the percentage sign and press Go. This will populate a list of all civil work categories and subcategories. You can select any one of these and click Apply. This will also be added to the list of products and services that you offer. Then click on Create to add the banking details. First, select the country where the bank is situated. Do you want to use this account for foreign payments? If no, then uncheck this box. Enter the name of the bank. In most cases, the bank will already exist in the list. So click the existing bank, type the name of the bank, press Tab on your keyboard, a list will populate. Select the bank and enter the address of the specific branch where your account is being held. Then you have to enter the account number, then the account title. And you can also add the IBAN number. If you're entering the IBAN number, then please make sure you enter the IBAN number without spaces and special characters. Then click Apply. Now it's time to fill the Additional Information section. For that, you have to click the Next button. Here you can see that there are two tabs. One is the Summary Information tab and the other is the Detail Information tab. In the Summary Information tab, you will be asked to first enter the currency, that is, to say either PKR or US dollars. This is the currency in which your financial statements or bank statements are being presented. If your financial statements or bank statements are presented in a currency other than PKR or US dollars, then you have to convert the figures from the bank statement and the financial statement into US dollars at the rate prevailing on the date. One more important thing that needs to be taken care of is that with certain fields, you can see magnifying glasses. These are there for a purpose. It means that there is a list of values that exist behind this field. For example, if you enter 2 in this field and press Tab of the keyboard, then there will be a list that will populate. From this list, you can select the number of years of experience and, for example, we select 20. Please note that this number of years of experience should match exactly with the incorporation certificate or the NTN certificate. Let's say that if the NTN certificate states that the registration date was in the year 2000, then assuming that it is the end of 2019 now, you will write 19 here. Moving on, in the months field, you will write the excess of months over years. For example, your company is 20 years and 3 months old. You will write 3 here. You can only enter values from 0 to 11 here. For telecom industry experience year, you have to enter the years of experience in the telecom industry. Then in the months field, you have to write the excess of months over years. For example, you have worked for 11 years and 3 months in the telecom industry. You will write 3 here. For tax return statements, you have to write filer or non-filer. That is to say, you're either a filer of tax returns or you are a non-filer of tax returns. If you are a filer, then you have to type F and press Tab of the keyboard, and filer will be picked automatically. Then you have to fill the annual turnover figure. This figure is taken from the income statement, or the statement of comprehensive income, or simply the profit or loss account. This figure is also called the sales figure, the sales revenue figure, the revenue figure, or the turnover figure. Then in the next field, you're being asked if your financial statements are being audited or not. In case your financial statements are not being audited, then you will write No in this field. In case they are audited, you will type Yes. One more thing that needs to be taken into account for the annual turnover, that if your financial statements are not being audited and you have selected No here, then the annual turnover figure that you will write here is the final closing balance of your bank statement. And if in case you have selected No here, then for audit firm name, you will also select Not Applicable. One more thing that needs to be taken care of, that if your financial statements are not being audited or if they are not being prepared at all and you have selected No in the audited financial statements and Not Applicable in audit firm name and audit firm name in case of others, then you cannot type the total liabilities, shareholder equity, current assets and current liabilities figures, because either they are unaudited or they are not being prepared at all. Then as an alternate, you will type 1 in total liabilities, shareholder equity, current assets and current liabilities each. In case you have typed Yes in the audited financial statements field, which means that your financial statements are being audited, then you have to type the name of the audit firm in the field below. In the audit firm name field, if the firm that has audited your accounts does not exist, then you have to select Other or type OT in the field and press Tab. The system will automatically select Other. In the field below, that is to say, audit firm name in case of others, you will type the name of the firm that has audited your financial statements. Since you have now presented and attached the audited financial statements of your company, you should write the annual turnover from your income statements, the total liabilities, shareholders' equity, current assets, and current liabilities from your balance sheet or statement of financial position. After that, you have to type the quarterly balances from the bank statements you have attached. These are the balances after every 3 months. Please note that you have to pick the quarterly balance after the last transaction of the quarter. Let's say if you're picking the balance of 31st March, then you have to pick the last balance of 31st March. Otherwise, it would be an incorrect entry. In the reason, if you have not provided the quarterly balance of any quarter, then you can type the reason in the reason field. For international cities presence, you can type the number of international cities where your offices are present. For example, it's 2. Then for metro cities, you have to type the number of those cities. For non-metro cities, you have to type the number of small cities where your offices are located. For multinational and national clients, you have to type the number of multinational or national clients. For international, metro and non-metro cities, the maximum cities that can be entered is 200. For multinational and national clients, the maximum number that can be entered is 50. Once you're done with this form, you can press Save Record before proceeding. After that, you have to press the Detailed Information section and fill the information. Here you have to first mention the source of reference, which can either be the CM Park website, CM Park employee, newspaper advertisement, friend, colleague, relative or others. In case you entered CM Park employee, you will need to write down the name of your reference. After that, you have to enter the product and services category information, for which you will have to click on the plus sign. a row will appear and you have to search for your category in terms of keywords. For example, if you are a civil works vendor, then you have to type percentage and then type civil, and then type percentage again, and then press the tab button. A list will populate, and you will select the most relevant product or service category. After that, you have to type the 3 major customers of your business. Then type if you are an authorized distributor of this product and service category, yes or no. Make sure that the customers you mention are major customers in this category. You can add another category with the same process. Make sure there aren't any empty rows, and if there are, delete them before moving on. Then check if any of these companies are your clients. And if you have any other telecom clients, you can add a row and type the name. You can add another row and type the name. For national clients, you can again press the plus button and then type the name of the client. Repeat the same process for multinational clients. For nationwide presence, press the plus button and type the name of the city where you have a registered office. If there is another city you want to add another row and type the name. For international cities, you will also need to add the name of the country. If you have any provincial GST numbers, you can add them here. Now press the Save for Later button. Now press the Next button to move to the attachment sections where there is a list of documents that you need to attach. Press Attachment, write the title, click on Choose File, and click Apply. Your attachment has been added. To add more attachments, repeat the same process. Please make sure that the documents added in this section are in line with the Basic Information, Company Details, and Additional Details section. Once you're done with the 4 steps, click the Submit button. We will receive the registration in our system. In case there are no issues, we will forward it for approval. In case of any discrepancy, we will return it back to your inbox. You can see the comments once you click on the link sent to your email. If you need any further guidance, you can go to Zong CM Park's website. Scroll down and click on the vendor portal. Here in the New Vendor Registration tab, you can see that there is a Supplier Registration User Guide. If you need any guidance, you can use this official guide for clarity. If you need to contact Zong CM Park, then you need to go to the Point of Contact section and contact the relevant POC for supplier registration. Lastly, if you want to give us your feedback, you can go to the query form, enter your feedback and submit. Looking forward to a positive business relationship.